Hello, I'm Wayne Scott and you join me here at the Jaguar Daimler Heritage Trust right next door to the British Motor Museum in Gaydon, Warwickshire. Now in the building behind me there are Jaguars from key parts of the marque's amazing history, and quite rightly some of them are worth eye-watering amounts of money. But the entry into Jaguar ownership needn't break the bank, and what we've got assembled here are brilliant examples of affordable ways that you too could enjoy the Jaguar ownership experience with the Jaguar Enthusiast Club. Now normally we'd be getting ready for the NEC Classic Motor Show around this time of the year, but instead we've gathered the cars here to have a closer look at how these Jaguars could open up a whole lifestyle for you as well. Now, just to prove that these drivers use these cars in all weathers and in all seasons, we're here on a blustery day in the middle of November. So let's get these cars into the workshop here at JDHT and let's go and meet the owners.
You know, it's a perfect second car almost if you've got a really nice classic you got tucked away.
And I'd recommend this car to anybody. Essential if you've got a Jaguar to actually be in that club.
When I needed something a bit bigger, to something to daily on the motorway, kind of every day, then it was really only going to be a Jaguar.
I keep hearing people go, wow.
Now Jaguar underwent a transformation in car design in the mid-2000s, and the result was this, the Jaguar XF. And it's a fantastic car if you're looking for a Jaguar that you can use every day with the family in tow. And that's exactly how James uses it. James is the general manager of the Jaguar Enthusiast Club. James, how long have you had your XF?
Just under a year now, Wayne. I bought it in December.
Well, the XJ6 is the archetypal Jaguar, and amazingly, these still are very much affordable cars to own. And in the late 1990s, Jaguar had abandoned their famous straight six and put a V8 in it, and the result was this, the X308. And this one is owned by Andrew Connop. Andrew joins me now. How long have you owned it, Andrew?
Just over 3 years. I've had Jaguars in the past, and my daughter was getting married, so I saw this car. It actually belonged to the boss of the Black Country Bugle. I bought it from him, which is a local newspaper.
Well, if you're looking for an affordable Jaguar that you can use every day on the commute to work, they don't come much better than this, the Jaguar X-Type. This car, amazingly, is celebrating its 20th anniversary next year in 2021, and this particular one is owned by Greg Little. Greg, thanks for bringing it along to see us. It's a beauty. What engine's in it, first of all?
My pleasure, thank you. It's got the 2-litre diesel engine in this, from a Ford Transit van originally, but that just means they're bulletproof.
Well, the old motto of Jaguar was grace, space and pace, and this car has a lot more space than most do, actually. Now, the XJ6 is really the archetypal Jaguar, and the XJ40, which this model represents, came at a time when Jaguar was back on the up. Well, the styling now looks so unique on the road as well, because this era of XJ6 really was not to be repeated again. Of course, they went back to that traditional style of XJ6s after this, so it really is of an era and quite unique on today's roads.
Well, I won't be doing any of that again this year. Hello, my name is Eddie Newman and I'm the chairman of the Mark II Cortina Owners Club. With the loss of so many shows this year, we were really pleased that we had a stand at the NEC. We had 3 great cars lined up. First up, we have Graham Bird's September 1970 Fern Green 1600E, which he has owned for 25 years. It was resprayed in 1990 and still looks fantastic today. Next we have Robert Armstrong's Aquatic Jade August 1917 1600E. Robert has carried out a huge list of enhancements which do not alter the familiar 1600E look that we all love. 5-speed gearbox and electric power steering being just a couple of luxuries added. Lastly, Eddie Newman's 69 1600 GT Crayford Cabriolet in ermine white. Yeah, this is my car. Restored during the COVID lockdown, it was put back on the road in August after 25 years of being locked away. Before we go, here's what we did at last year's show. 2019 saw the 60th anniversary of Ford's four-cylinder Kent Series engines. Introduced in 1959, we showed how they were used in Mark II Cortinas. First came the pre-Crossflow version. For the Mark II Cortina, there were the 1300, 1500 and 1500 GT option that we displayed here. Dave Marson showed off his stunning two-door 1500 GT, and one of the earliest examples around. Its first owner bought the car new in Singapore, and his great niece Claire was at the show to be reunited with the car. In the autumn of '67, the next generation emerged. The new 1300, 1600 and 1600 GT version featured many upgrades. Two major design changes were the Heron-type Bowling piston combustion chamber and cross-flow porting, which moved the carburettor to the opposite side of the engine. Mark Rosser brought along his 69 1600E to show off the 1600 GT engine, a car that he restored himself over a 6-year period. Then we have the mighty Lotus twin cam version. Our thanks go to Andy Good for bringing along his ex-police car, which he purchased as a failed restoration project many years ago and turned it into the showstopper you see here. We're really sorry we can't be with you this year, but if you want to know more about us, please see our website. Stay safe everyone, and we hope to see you soon.
The club was formed over 50 years ago to bring together fans of the Riley RM series, built 1945 to 1957. The Riley RM A, B, C, D, E and F, and not forgetting H, the Pathfinder. But it's not all about the cars, of course it's about the people. We are a worldwide club with nearly 2,000 members.
But it's not all about the people, surely it's about the events. There's the Welsh weekend, the Scottish Riley Enthusiast weekend, and the Pennine, all fantastic Riley driving events. Then of course there's the National Rally, the largest gathering of RMs anywhere in the world.
But it's not about the events, surely it's about the spares.
In deepest Hertfordshire is the Spares Centre, with more than 1,600 lines and 250,000 parts, most of which are made in Britain from the original factory drawings in our archive.
But surely, when you've got the spares, you'll need to know how to fit them.
We're on Facebook, Instagram, and when you're a member, you can have access to the club technical forum and a regular magazine.
So, if you want an affordable, usable, drivable piece of British engineering, the Riley RM is the car for you. To join the club, go to rileyrmclub.org.uk.
Hi everybody, I'm Jerry from GCO UK, and this is the car that we plan to have at the NEC show in November. So a quick walk around, and I hope you like it. It's this particular model is a GTO Mark IV, and you can see that from the combat spoiler on the back and the gaping front of the black headlights on the front. This was a run-out car, and they're often known as the 99 as well. Also, the chrome wheels were the part of the original package. So as we walk around, we can take a good look at it. It's Hamilton silver, and heading for a look at the interior, I've put in this one a leather interior, as the original cloth was getting a little bit tired. If we pull the bonnet, we can see it's a full engine bay. It's Mitsubishi's Tour de Force. It was the top of the line model, and we can see a V6 transverse engine, twin turbo, twin intercoolers, and running about 320 brake horsepower. That was the original official figure on these cars. Now the GTO, as I say, this particular model is for the Japanese market, was supplied worldwide, but in Europe and in America it was known as the 3000 GT, as Ferrari and Pontiac already had the GTO name in use. Our car in the UK was the 3000 GT, of course, and was a full spec model, and that meant it had four-wheel drive, four-wheel steering, active aero, active suspension, even had an active exhaust, along with all your other features like cruise control, airbags, etc., climate control, etc. So it was very much a high-spec model. They were competing with the Astons and Ferraris of their day. There was the Dodge Stealth, which was a restyled model, as it was produced, the platform was produced between the two companies. And for the American market, as well as the twin turbo models, which they called the VR4, they actually did a non-turbo and a non-turbo automatic, and these cars were front wheel drive. So a little brief run around there on the Mitsubishi GTO, and GTO UK is the best place to be for people who love these cars like I do. Great forum, great friendship, and just fantastic to be part of this community. Hope you like it, and thank you everybody.
The MG Car Club is the oldest MG club in the UK. We were founded in 1930, which means we've been celebrating turning 90 years old this year. Sadly though, not all went to plan, and our big party, MG Live at Silverstone, got cancelled. So, not to be deterred, we ran an online photo contest, and after the summer, we set about the tough job of choosing 90 finalists, one for each year of the club. So, here they all are.
We in the Standard Motor Club were looking forward to ending our rally season at the NEC Classic Motor Show in November. We've had a club stand at the event for over 20 years. We were so sorry that this year's event had to be cancelled, but of course we understood the reasons why. Last year we brought a bit of glamour to our club display. Mind you, one of our cars almost made it to Hall 3. I drove my 1930 Standard Teignmouth to the gate we normally use to access the halls for a sort of not the Classic Motor Show photo. We had intended to celebrate its 90th birthday at the show. We had 2 other anniversaries to celebrate, both of expeditions that took standards around the globe. In 1955, an expedition went from Wales to the Himalayas in Standard Vanguard Estates. 65 years later, a similar car would have been decorated to resemble the expedition cars. Here is that car, which is owned by our club chairman, helping out on a farm. The other expedition took a Standard Ensign Estate to Kashmir, and this book tells of the many trials and tribulations the team faced. And here's the car we'd have brought to the show, another Ensign Estate. Our 4th car was one of the small cars of the 50s, a Standard 10 like this. The Standard Motor Club has a presence at many events around the country with a variety of models. Here, Coventry people are admiring the products of the Standard Motor Company, which was the city's biggest factory. The club, the Standard Motor Club, offers a great deal to its members around the world. An excellent spares service, operated entirely by the members, keeps the cars on the road. Most spares can be bought from the club's web shop, and members receive a full-colour magazine each month. Of course, the club is about more than just cars, and we have local groups that meet regularly. Standards are seen en masse each year at the International Rally. We look forward to coming to next year's Classic Motor Show, but we're keeping our fingers firmly crossed.
Hello and welcome to the Mini Cooper Registers virtual club stand. We cannot meet you in person this year, but I hope that we can at least give you a taste of the fun that our members have and of the benefits that they enjoy. Founded in 1986, the club was originally for owners and enthusiasts of the Mini Cooper model, but since then the club has grown and it now welcomes minis of all types, both classic and modern. The club has 15 registers from X-Works through to non-Cooper with everything in between, so whatever car you own, we have a home for it here. Usually we have a packed calendar of events, both regional and national, with the highlight being our National Mini Cooper Day, which is held every year at Bewley in Hampshire. This event always attracts thousands of owners and their cars, and where else could you rub shoulders with X-Works BMC drivers and mechanics, as well as seeing the cars that they created and drove. With trade stands and auto jumbles, concours d'elegance and displays, it's a great way to spend a summer's day. Each year, the club organises a week-long Minis 2 event. This year's trip to the Alps has had to be postponed, but we have already rebooked everything ready for 2021. The club is split into regions, most of whom organise their own local events, as well as a monthly social evening. Our website has details of all of these. There is a historical archive that we can call on, and we are able to assist with applications to the DVLA for such things as lost registrations. Your subscription covers 12 copies of our full-colour A4 monthly magazine, Cooper World. Every month it's packed full of reports and articles with information on Minis and its variants. Many of our advertisers offer discounts to members, and it really doesn't take long before your subscription can pay for itself. Our 2 main sponsors are Hegarty Insurance and Minisport, both of whom offer member discounts, and in the case of Minisport, they have created a members-only website which is accessed through our own. Here you automatically receive discount as you order, and you can read about special offers designed specially for us. While on our site, take a look at our club shop, where you will find details of our impressive range of regalia and accessories. For more information, please visit www.minicooper.org, where you will also find details of how you can join us. Thank you again for listening. Look forward to seeing you at some point in 2021. Thank you. See you next year.
Designed around the engine and transmission from the front-wheel drive Fiat 128, the X19 relocated the drivetrain and suspension assembly to the rear of the passenger cabin, directly in front of the rear axle, giving a mid-engine layout. The X19 soon became the biggest selling mid-engine production car, which ultimately reached some 170,000 sales worldwide. The original 1.3 litre 4-speed X19 with wraparound steel split bumpers and the shallower engine compartment lid was superseded by the 1.5 litre 5-speed model in 1978. Fiat began marketing a right-hand drive variant in 1976. Prior to this, Radbourne Racing had been converting left-hand drive X19s to a right-hand drive configuration for sale in the UK market. Unfortunately, none of these early conversions are believed to remain in existence. In 1982, complete production was assumed by Bertone, with models subsequently badged as the Bertone X19. The last production models were named the Grand Finale, with the addition of a rear spoiler and Grand Finale badges, and sold over the 1989-1990 period. The club offers two types of annual membership: Classic, which includes a hard copy of the 4 times a year magazine, and Web Only, with a digital download. However, both types offer technical advice, insurance discounts, regalia discounts, and an annual calendar. The annual membership fee is a very reasonable £25 for Classic and £15 for Web Only. The club runs an informative website and lively forum. It is also jam-packed with technical and other useful advice, as well as a classified section for cars and parts. In addition to attending many car shows, such as Auto Italia at Brooklands, Mitcar, Prestatyn Classic, and overseas trips to Le Mans Classic and Holland, a highlight of the club events calendar is the annual national get-together, which takes place in a different part of the UK. The 2014 National took place at Silverstone Classic and featured a lap of the circuit to honour the 100th anniversary of the birth of Lucio Bertone. The video showcases X19s bravely tackling the Ford in the Lorna Doone Valley in 2015. Looking to the future, the plan is to return to Turin in 2022 for the 50th anniversary of the launch of this wonderful, beguiling little car.
Absolutely wonderful, and Junior's lost none of his style. Let's approach 124.
Textbook through the S.
And as I said a moment ago, we're back in business here at Chelsea.